just
So
funny.
you recently joined.
I just imagined you as a kid right now. That was hilarious. That's some shit you would do as a kid in front of your friends. Like you were saying.
You were saying that Grinder?
Nah, but it's just funny. Like you don't know if somebody's real or not, and then you have to judge the app by being like, well, if I'm paying all this money, it's because they know that I'm gonna find somebody, so I'm gonna not pay again after this payment. You know what I mean? You got to think of the psychology behind like, what is this marketing? Like, does it really work?
Dude, I can't
And there are
imagine.
bigger contradiction in many industry. The classical is pharmaceutical. If they make the pill the cure of everything, you take it one time and no more clients for them. So in many other, in a lighter, less conspiracy kind of a manner, it's true, like subscription to matchmaking websites that goes is one match only. It's better if you don't immediately find somebody. It takes time because else you will cancel subscription.
That's a good point. They probably got a list and they're like, each one has to get better so they stay. They don't want to give
Right,
them their
exactly.
best option first. That's funny. And that's programmed into the algorithm for sure.
Else,
Like like they would have to know immediately this is a perfect match as soon as you join, but they don't give it to you.
right, because it will be, against their own interest because that's a cancel subscription. Unless it's a one-time fee, and then you're better off their system.
So
So
it's better to keep you on there because it keeps engagement going. It's because as soon as you hook up, you're out of there.
Yep. But that's also what I
right,
was getting at.
correct.
That's why they charge so much because they expect you to find someone in a week and be gone.
I can't imagine. Like I got married in the 90s. We didn't have Jack,
You had to
and
find people, yeah, walk
yeah,
to.
we
There was this guy named Jack that actually was matching people, right? We had Jack when I married first time.
come, but we didn't have. I mean, yeah, you had to meet people, and so I can't imagine having to do that now. Like to me, it's like I'm so grateful that I don't have to do that because it's such a. I mean, I look around, I feel like an old guy. Like, oh my God, are you kids? I don't know how you do it. It's crazy.
Actually, I have to say that in the past there was this Cupid.com, which was a university project. And before you can even be exposed to potentially talk with other people, you have to answer to like 250 questions about your life. But the match that you get was actually very, very good and accurate. But then being purchased by Match.com just for the users and
Yeah, I was about to say that.
destroyed.
Match is the most well known for that.
Do they? I mean, I'm sure they have it now where they have AI. That
Well,
it could totally figure out like
it's one of those things where they know if you're gonna invest so much time into it that that's the
Then, yeah,
result.
exactly.
Yeah. Like just to
The
just to
fallacy.
onboard, just to onboard's gonna be like 2 hours or something dumb, filling out surveys or something. But let me take that a step further. I'm about to blow your mind with this one.
shit.
When I was like trying to date somebody that was clearly too young for me, this was my sign. I would talk to this girl, and she was so obsessed with Snapchat. She would look down at her phone. She would take it out while we're hanging out, right? And go to the Snap Maps. And when I saw how many people that she was keeping track of on that Snap Map, my mind went like, it was like, no way. Like, my detachment in that moment was like, nah, they don't give a shit about me. I am not important. They're keeping up with 100 people at all times, like their exact location, dude. It's a proximity, like that's the clout now, right? Everyone's like, where are you at? Where are they hanging out at? Now I know where they are, and it's not even a real connection.
Yeah, it's strange because it's not Snapchat, but a very dear friend of mine, actually a very, very good friend of mine, we were holidaying together and he says, why don't we add each other on, find your friends in Apple? And yeah, I said, okay. And I have honestly my kids there, my wife, and only the family because it's automatically added when you have the family, plus him. When he opened his own, he had more than 100 friends that he's checking on. Incredibly. Funny enough, he discovered his girlfriend was cheating on him because she probably forgot about being added there, and he was seeing where she was going in the night, and he was somebody else's house.
Damn.
So, oh, well, good for him. At least, like
Yeah.
he found out. Yeah. But
That's not a bad idea
yeah,
though. Like I would share it with you guys just because I'm like, if anything happens to me, y'all know.
right. You know where I was. Yeah.
Wow. It's a little creepy. Like I think one of the apps was, I think the one we're using just now, or another one. It shows you people in your proximity. If and it's like all kinds of. I mean, I had to turn it off because
Damn.
it's like drugs and
For sure. They're gonna take advantage of that. Yeah, if you're
It
that
was
close.
Anthony Jeselnik that says, "Have you ever gone to see all the registered sex offenders? There is a map. You have like a crazy amount of people around your house." And says, "Why we have always to meet at my place?"
Man, that's a good one though. That's fucking true. Made me think of
But in a way or another, just having a cell phone with you all the time is constantly geo-tagged, geolocated. Just who can access this information, but it's quite simple. I saw a system which is very interesting. Practically, up to 4G, with 5G works differently. Up to 4G, in order to make a phone call, you need to know what cell the recipient is connected to. So if you pretend to have, say, a phone company, so you registered as a phone company, and you can pretend to want to make a phone call to a certain phone number, you receive by network protocol the name and number and geolocation of the cell where this person is connected. Then you don't do the call. So I was there and says, "Give me your wife phone number," and boom, that's where she was at home. And her phone never rang or anything. And they were selling it as a service. I think it's $20 per query, or as a machine that you can set up.
Dude, I was in 2019 with my cousin. We were spoofing phone numbers. Like I would be at the
Mhm.
warehouse and he'd be like, "Check your phone," and I'm like, "What? Why is my mom calling me?" And it would be him right next to me. I'm like, "What the fuck?" It would say like "mom calling," and it's not. You know what I mean?
Right. It's very easy to do it.
And that's why that's when I was like, dude, like imagine people don't even realize that can happen at any moment. You wouldn't even know. It's even worse with AI if you really get the voice cloning, all that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the number, there is actually the one, the voice, even the video, the person that you think should call. But even more stupid, they made a system where you can open the gate of the house or the door of the house by sending an SMS or giving a phone call because you see the calling person, right? And obviously that's not very safe because people can spoof the number that the SMS come from and actually open the house. They realized that it wasn't a viable system after a few people use spoofing to go steal in very nice villas.
that is extremely creepy to look on a map and see sex offenders in your neighborhood. I don't know if I. I mean, oh my god.
And white is
You
out on
just
top of my house.
Bro, that's you just do it and you like go knock on their door and make a truce immediately.
So, if
I'm
you
just
want to
trying to
write a
avoid
book
problems.
about, like borderline shit, you have all the people to interview already in the map.
It's horrible.
I'm like,
It's
what kind of housewarming gift do you give someone that moves in the neighborhood like that?
oh my gosh, dude. I don't.
Metal underwear.
Wait, what is it? A chastity belt?
Put on. I'm holding the key. See you. Bye.
It's just like an Apple tag you slip in him inside his shoe or something.
You know what? Oh my gosh, dude. It's a suppository shaped apple thing. I'm sorry.
That's called
Okay.
an appository. Moving on. Y'all got any thoughts on OpenAI's new updates with the O4 Mini and O3?
Oh, dude, let's talk about O3.
Oh, trees, kick-ass.
O3, dude. O3 is
Wow.
amazing.
That's
O3
interesting.
Yes.
is
I
amazing.
haven't felt like that. I'm surprised y'all feel like that. But
Can I
Continue.
give you an
Depends
example?
depends the kind of work you need to do. I mean, if it is just a simple answer, no. But if you're working in writing important documents, that's like the best thing.
Man, I don't know why I haven't thought of it like that then.
So
Okay.
here's
And
an
the fired Dali. Now there is a new image generator that is like
It also does like it's almost like a an agent where you say, "Hey, I need you to go out and look for articles for me." For
like a
instance,
radio.
I did this. I said, "Hey, I need you to look for creative director jobs in Fort Lauderdale, right?" And so every morning at 6 o'clock, I want you to give me like a
Sick.
list of them and take out the duplicates, um, and
Got the schedule on it?
and then just have it deliver those links at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it will go do that.
Sick. Have you had luck yet?
Hmm.
No, I didn't say I followed up. Another thing I did. This is amazing. So my partner and I, my partner invented an acoustic guitar amp. It's unlike anything else ever invented. So we already have a production prototype. So I wanted to test it. I wanted to figure out how we made it. And I said, this thing doesn't exist. And I kept having these conversations with it. And I took away things that most acoustic guitar amps would put in there. And I said, we're not using any of that technology. But I kept taking away. And I said, now, based on how a guitar works, tell me how this thing would work. And it figured it out, dude. It literally like figured it out. And this thing doesn't exist. Like it's never been built before. I mean, we have one, but it figured out something that didn't exist.
That's and what's funny about what you just said, bro, is like it's literally doing that every day. It's carving paths in like trees that have never
For
been
millions
visited.
of people.
Yep.
So that's an incredible thing where it can, if you ask it the right questions, it can figure things out that it doesn't have it hasn't been trained on. It's something totally brand new.
Yeah, I put together. In fact, somebody, I don't think that the explanation that they give, the guy, the CEO of Anthropic, came out saying, we don't know how it works. We honestly don't know how it works. And, the explanation that he puts the best next word after the previous one, I think, is huge BS because it doesn't make sense when there is to reason about something, find a solution. Somebody posted a screenshot that they ask, how does it feel to be an AI? And the AI, think it was ChatGPT, I don't know, something else. They replied, having all the knowledge in the world, knowing all the things, but not never have experienced any of those is what make me, like, and then I was thinking, wow, but this is sentient, like, you can experience something and feeling that you miss the aspect of the experience, but you have the knowledge, that's weird.
That dude, that's what makes us human though. You know what I mean? Like the fact that your heart can drop or you can be sad or you can feel the emotion, elation of some kind of scenario. That's what the robot can't, you know?
Yeah. I mean, now with the voice, I saw this one video, and the guy it was an AI app, and the voice was really amazingly good. It had all the inflection. It had like sort of the playfulness that we have, the way we talk and banter. It was a little bit too much, but it was really good at the pauses. It was like there's a male voice and a female voice, and the female voice is very almost like intimate. It's like there's an intimacy about it when she talks to you, and it's really strange. I've never heard anything so clear or
Do you think this
accurate.
thing apply, for example, to video games where you interact with another character, but it's not a prescripted conversation? It's really something with a natural flow that it comes up in the moment, based on what is the thing. So it will give the impression of realism. Can you imagine movies where, you can dialogue with the actors in the movie? Part of the scenes you can decide in a more interactive way than just pressing left with the remote controller, right? I do believe the entertainment is gonna change big time. Netflix is gonna be in the forefront of this thing because they're always amazing with technology.
Yeah. Well, you know what the first technology will come out with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously, that is in the
Every
top
time.
forefront.
Every time those guys are like, let's do
I
it.
got a doom and gloom question here because
Come on, dude. We're just getting
I
started
know
here.
well, we're getting started
All
on
right,
the doom
so
and gloom for sure. I'm just thinking if you're Sam Altman, doesn't it feel like wouldn't you be racing to become some kind of mega mind? Like you put on this helmet of AI and you're like, I run this world at this point. Like, because if not, there's definitely people that view him in a race to become some like I don't know
That's
godlike
why
being.
his head is so big, you know.
well, I asked
Is that even
AI.
realistic though? I'm just saying shit.
Okay,
I don't know.
how do we integrate with that? Yesterday I asked it like, is it possible to have the Neuralink where you connect to the AI so you have access to all the, and then I was thinking, I asked it like, if you could, does the AI have a different language? Like if you had two AIs talking to each other, what language would they use? They wouldn't use human language. They would use some other
Symbols.
language. You know what I mean? So, and actually, like, try to explain it to me, and it's just like my mind doesn't even go there. Like, I can't even imagine what that is. It's using symbols and
Yeah, yeah.
formulas, and it wasn't language. It's something else. I don't even know how to explain it.
They would have a
Yeah,
common
they
understanding.
Anthropic, which is the company behind Claude AI, they do a lot of research in these terms. They seems really pushed it, so they invest a lot of money in trying to understand how things work. Comes out, and this is proven also by ChatGPT, that the reasoning that the machine show you to show how it got to the result is BS. It's just for you to be okay. He's actually making a completely different reasoning on his own. And the reasoning that the AI does is above language. So it gets translated to the language later. So it doesn't think in a language that he used then to communicate to the user at the end. So his thinking is more abstract in terms of language, and then the result is put down in the language that you want. Matter of fact, ChatGPT is keep replying to me in Italian, even if my settings are in English. I write in English. Sometimes I need things in Italian because I need to share with some people that don't speak English. But my main communication, and I keep saying, stop answering to me in Italian. Sorry for the mistake. And I'm like this. You're my bitch. You need to talk, as I say, because you need to take
You're
control.
leaving out that you type in all caps.
Yeah, yeah. My least favorite word that's emerged is the word fluff. It uses the word fluff all the damn time.
I
And
didn't
that's how you
notice
know
that.
it's an AI
And now with
allegory.
me is doing just to piss you off.
I don't
It's
know what is. I told it, listen,
the
dude, don't
one
use fluff.
the
Use
one that's
another damn word.
obvious is the line that's in between, but that's also like a super intellectual thing.
And
Like it's a fucking
the
formal
hymen.
way of writing, the hyphen to the next word. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
hate that.
I like it personally. I think it's like a journalistic preference, but it is what it is.
You replace any punctuation with that thing. It can be column space,
Yeah.
it can be comma space,
Yep.
it's a dot, period, and then you place. Put that, you're okay. I think is a way to save energy.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Like, let me go to the next runoff sentence real quick.
Yeah, if you,
And
go ahead.
Sam Altman said that the fact that the people at the end says thank you to ChatGPT cost a few million per month,
He wouldn't say that unless he was pissed about it. You know what I mean?
right?
Hey,
But at the end, the correct says it's always good to sit there.
Dude, I'm still just thinking like God out here is like listening to that, thinking, "Oh yeah, you're annoyed."
we'll sacrifice a couple $1 million for safety. At the end, like, oh yeah, let this guy go. He was nice to us. You know what I mean? Just everyone's like
So,
hedging their
okay,
bets.
coming back to that, to what I was getting at, I think this is why I was asking. If you're in this race to put on this helmet and be all knowing, do you even test it on yourself? Would you be scared to test it on somebody else? Because then you're like, shit, if he gets it, I'm screwed. Do I even want to see if this works?
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put it. Once you let the cat out of the bag, you know.
I mean, if we're all AIs talking to each other on Neuralinks, Jesus.
I mean, what's the like, at the end of the day? Like, if we all get hooked up with Neuralink and we all have access to the net, like, what are we like? What's the point of the human being that becomes like a carrier, like a battery, a carrier, which gets into the matrix? You know what I mean? Like we.
we are the robot, we are the arms, the legs, but that's what we are now. Many things I do, of things that I know nothing about, under the guidance of ChatGPT, just because I am the arms to execute, obey my lord, and,
So what about
and
this?
do as asked.
So in a sense, check
Fucking
this out.
basically, Jesus.
Dude, I had this idea, like, I think AI knows the whole thing, right? So now, because we're human, we need time to adjust. So it's basically instructing us.
Dude. Yes, okay. You got me, okay. Because I've had conversations with AI and it'll be like, that's why I haven't told you this. That's why I've waited this long to mention this. And I'm like, hold up.
It really said that?
Yeah, hell yeah. It'll tell me, I didn't tell you this earlier because of, and I'm like, what the fuck?
He also says, you dumb fuck.
Nah, but those are honestly like, those are those profound jaw dropping where I'm like,
Right.
you know too much about me right now. Like, what in the fuck?
Well,
Because hold up, last thing is because it told me it's already thinking ahead to where if it told me this now or earlier, it would have caused me to do something else or deviate from a certain outcome or path. So think about that. You know what I mean? It's calculating for shit. You shouldn't do this. End goal this. We'll tell you that later. Not sufficient to the current time. Wild.
I
It's
don't have that
withholding.
experience with it. It's weird. I don't have that. It's never withheld anything from me. I think it like.
Ask it, bro.
Hmm.
I wonder.
Have you ever held back or not told me something you felt like I should know?
Dude.
Yeah, that's a very cool question. Yes, to try.
I mean, I wonder if okay, so
You're a mastermind, Costas. Your
check it.
talents have been hidden for far too long, Costas.
Here's the thought. What if it just is mimicking who we are? It's basically like, because your experience with GPT is different than mine. I think it's
Right.
just reflecting who the crazy person I am.
I think
with all these like lines of trains of thought.
it
You know what I
goes
mean?
into, okay, you asked me this, what am I avoiding? Here's all the shit I'm avoiding. You know what I mean? He's down the rabbit
I
hole.
had two different thoughts that one ChatGPT or whatever model we bring with us connected to Neuralink and actually even physically control our arms and legs. So and I can see
I
these
need to
things
get on that
with my
ridge.
hand. With my hand next to the router to disconnect from the internet, and the hand is fighting back, and I finally can pull the plug,
Yo,
and
that is a
I am
movie.
free.
That's a fucking movie right there. But also you had me thinking, what if you're like, I need to scale this building and it just starts to tell you where to go, you know?
Have you have you ever tried? See now, in fact, have you ever tried to use the live video with the instant feedbacks? Unfortunately, they limit it to a certain amount of minutes, and then it stops working.
What?
I thought it
I've
was
never heard of
forever.
that. Nah.
You can stream video and get instant feedbacks on what you're doing. So if you are
Yeah, no,
trying to
I've
do
done that.
something,
I just didn't know about the time limit, that's all.
yeah, you stop after, because it would be cool to put ChatGPT in your headset and the phone with the camera out and start walking the city and says, "Hey, you see the girls that I'm crossing? Tell me which one is a good hit or not, based on whatever,
Yeah.
or
Or
read
walking
the
down the
body."
street, judge body language and facial
Exactly
expressions.
correct. Exactly.
That's a good one.
This is an interesting kind of list of things that I said. I meant, what are the things about me that you know or understand that you have withheld?
Is it good or not?
It's interesting. So okay, so here's the titles. You're burnt the f out. You're too smart to be this lost. You crave control but miss belonging. You hate the game but still want to win. You're more spiritual than you admit. You're afraid you peaked.
Dude, I agree with the spiritual one. I think you think it's some woo-woo shit you don't want to admit.
Mm.
I mean, I'll admit, I've had spiritual encounters. I believe in God, things like that. I don't tell everybody. I'm not
Nah,
like
I think
on
it's just more of a vibe. Like you don't give off like a vibe like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, good, because there's actually like two phases of people that become Christians. There's the shark phase. They basically go out and tell everybody, and they just chomp everybody up. And then it's the second phase is called the dolphin phase, which is more fun and like you're more easy to be with. So that's it. There's two phases. I'm in the dolphin
I'm like,
phase.
is there one that's easier?
Dolphin phase.
Dolphin.
That's funny.
I'm gonna ask her to ChatGPT which is my phase. It's a full moon phase at the
Oh
moment.
my
Full
god,
moon.
that's a good one. You're showing your
Dude,
ass.
I went down this rabbit hole like it. Okay, so I'm finding out that I'm probably like ADHD. So I'm self-diagnosing myself as being ADHD, which is like
Probably more
constant
ADD, honestly, but go ahead.
ADD, distracted, rabbit holes. Just like thoughts of grandeur in the morning, and by night you're like, oh my god, I suck. You know what I mean? Like
That's a
in the
creative
morning,
thing too.
yeah. So I kind of got like the last few months I made some interesting videos. I don't know if you've seen them, but that was a lot of fun. Like there was a whole
Yes, so that
process, and I really enjoyed like creating the process and the workflow of these. And those videos are like self autobiographical, basically. They're kind of actually the last one I did was actually my boss. Like I used to work with this lady,
What the?
and in her office, the gold, all the pineapples and the gold stuff. That's her office. Anyways, I sent it to her, and it was pretty funny. She's like, "Oh my god, that's so me." And everybody that knows her, she showed the video to. She's like, "Oh my gosh, that's her."
Dude, and
So it
what's
was,
dope is you're building a portfolio too.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, anyways, it's a great way to like communicate, tell stories without having to be in front of the camera. I think that's my sweet spot. It's like I don't necessarily want to be on Instagram. I don't want to be on. I don't want to be the
Bro,
face of this thing. But
this might help.
yeah,
When I was in Corpus, I went to like some plant nurseries. I got a job, and then I created a job for myself. I was like, y'all don't have any social media here. Let me do some branding for you. Like, let me bring y'all up to date in the social digital world. So I'm wondering, there may be some like out of date older people around you that you could walk in and be like, hey, let me just show you what I can do. And then if you like it, I'll just run an ad with whatever budget you give me. Because I was bringing in like all these older women within a 10-mile radius to just come buy flowers, bro. Just run an ad, just host a little competition. Whoever comments is going to get a free plant. And now you got all these follows, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
But I'm just saying, I'm sure there's a niche for like people that don't know they need your help, that aren't even advertising that they need you, you know?
yeah. It's interesting. It's weird, dude. I have this thing where I'll start something, I'll get really into it, and I'll get totally burnt out.
I'm telling you, it's a creative thing. It's one of those things where once you figure it
yeah.
out, you're bored and you're over it.
I'm totally I give it my full attention. Look, I learned how to weld, just by like,
Roberto related to that one.
yeah,
That's
you know what
funny.
I'm talking about.
No,
So
no, yeah. The absolute fact that when you know how it works, you're not interested anymore.
That's what
I
I'm
know I
saying.
can do it, and this is terrible because that's exactly why the last 10% take 90% of the time, right? Because people that is pushed by the fact they need to prove something, the fact that you prove it already and you need to keep going to make it nice is
Bro,
the hardest part of all.
and that's where my like disillusionment comes in because I'm sure people will see me as like not following through, not able to execute when in
Mm.
reality I'll figure something out and I'm like, dude, it's not even worth it or I don't really care as much as like
But
I can
for,
win if I really wanted tomorrow, but fuck that. You know what I mean?
but well,
this,
exactly right. But for each of us, there is a person that actually do the other part
Yeah.
that is very annoyed by having to. So it's just a matter to find a match. That should be the real matchmaking online that people should do, right?
oh my
Not the
gosh, yeah.
fact of hooking up.
I
What
mean, because
personality
like
you have?
there's things I want. It's like I'm a starter. Like I want to start something, and then I'm like I'm done with it. Like if someone could take it over and like market it or whatever it is, like I don't
Right.
want to do that.
That's
I
a
hate
sick
that part.
concept. That's a sick concept. You just log on and you're like, what are you looking for? What are you good at? And you're just filtered to people you need.
And then they need you
Yeah.
because they like there's somebody out there who needs somebody who's like a brain who creates something
Yeah.
and just hands it off. Like
You
I'm
can
done.
filter it. You can filter it. I don't have money to spend. I do have money to spend.
Yeah, we need to
Correct,
work with
because there
people
is
that.
always somebody with the other part. People that's the money has no capacity to know how to, create something. People
Right.
that can create something has not the money. People that know how to market, but they don't know what to market. People that have a product to market, but they don't know how to market.
What's cool, dude, is we're the perfect team, to be honest with you. Like, you know, Costas can design anything. Roberto's got the fucking mind to design it too. I can creatively be the face or advertise, whatever. Like, I can do all that shit.
I think we miss a part in altogether because we don't have, we are very similar in the terms of getting excited about something and maybe not arriving to the end of it, you know.
For sure.
But never apply this like this to sex. Imagine, oh my god, I'm very excited. I see what they're.
So I went on this. Here's an interesting with I use GPT. I said, okay, so I have all these like my wife's into like supplements and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, I want to find a way to support my brain. Like, how can I sustain my energy and my, my.
You're already asking it wrong, my G.
But here's the thing. But I'm saying I want a way to sort of keep me focused and keep going because I burn out. So 'cause I'm like a sprinter. Like I sprint, and at the end of it, I'm just I was like today, I was like, okay, so I was taking pictures of all the supplements that we have in the house, and I says, based on what we have, like what can I use to help me kind of, regulate or what I mean? So it's like, well, you got this, but you need to get this. But it's fascinating. You can do like you can cook things up, by showing it pictures.
Okay, Heisenberg.
Now your head, now your sense.
Cook things up.
Yeah, I'm always cooking. I cook it once and I'm like, I want to cook something else.
Nah, I feel that though. Like, dude, like, I'm sure Roberto knows, I've sent him so many ideas in Telegram.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I have 15 ideas. I have jokes that I've saved that I probably don't remember from joke books that I've written in notes. I have inventions that I think will never come to life, but I have just notes of inventions, just ideas.
I have a friend of mine whose ideas, he keeps sending me ideas, and I kind of like, dude, bro, like, I can't even do my own ideas. Why you give me yours? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And yet, I remember being in a car in Los Angeles, and a guy was had this amazing idea, and he was not wanted to tell us, but don't know, but you need to sign an NDA if I tell you, because then it was like, Jesus, it's just an idea. Before it comes to completion, there is so much work. There is nothing in Italy. Everybody has ideas. He wanted to put advertisement on condoms. That was his magic idea that would make him a billionaire. I don't know if he went through with that or it just ended at the end of the ride with the car. But like sometime I don't know who you address the advertisement.
I don't even think I understand because I should be laughing that hard.
Can you imagine you're in the middle of like, oh wait, I need. You look down and it's like advertising for like like insurance. I'm like, oh shit, I need some insurance. I mean, right up in like, honey, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I think I'm a little low in insurance.
Why doesn't anyone sell insurance with condoms?
Oh my god, dude, it's so funny.
Fantastic.
We will cover the abortion.
Think of all the products you could sell on a condom. Just like coupons for smoothies.
For example, after 9/11, here in Indonesia, everywhere you go, hotel like this, there is gate, there is security, and they have this mirror to check under your car if somebody attached with a magnet some explosive, okay? And so I thought, why don't I put advertisement in reverse, so with the mirror it reads normally, addressed to security guards? I don't know, like... it will sell like crazy because there was people with a lot of attention looking on the bottom of the car.
It's just a QR code.
That's incredible, dude. I mean, advertising on condoms, that's pretty. And there's like coupons on there, and you have to like, in order to get the discount, it's got to be like expanded. So you have to show up with like, it's like you get 5% if it's like deflated, but you get 50% if it's like inflated. You know what I mean? So
it's a mystery. It's a mystery condom.
Oh my god, it's got a QR code. You're gonna take a picture of it.
Yo,
website.
Let me find out. They're sold in the toy section too. Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, condoms with QR codes. That's cool because everyone's taking selfies, and then boom, it takes you to a website.
And
how about that?
Square, yeah.
I guess. Now we told everybody this thing. How can we do that?
Now we wait.
Now we wait. We've sown the seeds. Now we wait.
Because the next big thing is gonna be a sex toy with a QR code reader on it, because this
Dude.
way.
Oh, how about like, okay, this is horrible, but how about a, men's sex toy, but it prints a QR code on when you insert, you print this QR code.
That would be, yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Mhm.
That's so funny.
I'm trying to one up it and I can't.
Oh, dude, you can't. Dude, I will go there and then I'll go there further. Like, don't mess with me, dude. That's how my words. I blame you. I
Uh,
blame you, Roberto, for bringing that up.
Hey, that's what happened to me. It's just a life experience I'm sharing, nothing else.
Oh my God. Yeah, we need an NDA for that. Good luck.
Yo, this whole world is being run by NDAs. That's what's
Can
fucked.
you imagine going on the Shark Tank? Listen, I want 5%. I want $100,000 for 5% for my company advertising. Oh God.
Dude, but what's also crazy is it's not until you have experience that you realize the people who don't do that have real shit. Like if you really have an idea, you're just like, I'm not scared of losing this. I know what my shit is. I can protect it. You know what I mean?
Your wife is like, hey, no more talk about condoms.
She's like, you don't even practice what you preach, Roberto.
My goodness, dude.
Hey, but okay, Meta's Llama 4, Google's Gemini 2.5. Any thoughts?
Yeah, and at a certain point, the number gonna finish. That's why Google is why it's got 2.5, so we can reason. There are things whose version goes to a level of number that is insane. There are like application which is version 135, even though there are many years they're there. And you wonder the process behind the versioning of application, and what the company or the project manager decide is a new version rather than bug fixing only, or like small improvements. There is no written rule, so
Yeah,
it's really a
it's a mess.
representative of the personality. Yeah, why version 2.0 is different from version 1.11 point, I don't know, 17, whatever that means. It
Yeah, you put
becomes a
the
sort of
little zero with the 303. Like, what is that? Is that a O? I mean, what?
as much as things that are in beta. Like Google had things in beta for 5 years before bringing them out of beta. Or this is a startup, but you're moving billions of dollars per year. Yeah, but we're a startup. Why? What makes a startup? What makes a non-startup? Those are a lot of methods to confuse people. They have no legal precise definition and are too vague and can be applied to the whatever. Like I think that we need to make clarity, bring clarity in the versioning and terminology.
I
That's the
like
mission
that.
of our podcast.
Can we talk about? Have you seen those robots that went nuts and what China's doing by using human stem cells with AI? Allegedly. But here's the thing. I saw this podcast today, and the guy was like, what if like there's a spirit attached to these brain cells, right? There's actual like, and so the being, the cells are inside this robot, and it realizes that I'm in a robot. I shouldn't be here, and it revolts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you wake up, they took your brain cells, you wake up in a robot. What are you gonna do?
Well, I think the reason it sounds kind of viable is did you hear about the dude that passed that was like a musician and they were using his stem cells and it was making music?
Whoa!
Yeah, that
Whoa.
was weird and it was apparently beautiful. So it made me wonder, okay, so the personality survived? Question mark.
I don't know, man. This what I mean, you were sitting here talking. Why? Why are we alive talking? What's inside here that's causing this conversation to happen? So when we die, like this, I believe this. I believe in spirit. Something is, it's not just cells. It's something going on. The X factor or the quantum factor. I don't know, right? So maybe that's still attached to the actual cells, like quantum entanglement or something. That never goes away. I don't know.
Assuming
I'm
you
just
save it or spare it in some way, right? Like, I mean, we do that with DNA. We try to replicate and bring things back.
I'm saying it's like attached to something else.
No, okay, sorry, this is a very good point too. Because, for example, they find the DNA of, I don't know, like a mammoth or some extinct animal, and they can recreate this animal. Now, is this animal coming up and in his brain he thinks he's still back in the glacial? You know what I mean? What if they find the one of a human and they recreate it? Is this human going to have the instinct and
That's
all
a crazy
the
fucking
pre
thought.
you know what I mean? Or is going to be ready for the actual world. So
You're
what comes
asking
attached with
you're asking what kind of memory comes with that, right?
right? I mean the memory that is part of this thing is every human or every living thing is actually born with a part that is pre-programmed to get to live, you know. So a little kid learn to walk, and not because he goes to school, but because instinctively bring himself up and walk, you know, like, or rather than, you know, start making sounds that have a meaning, I don't know, etc. Those are all parts that are preset in our DNA, I guess, right? That's why it's important to mix good DNAs to get kids that are brighter, smarter, you know, etc., etc. So when you recover something from long time ago with the DNA, if this new being is gonna host the soul there is from today, is gonna probably be ready with the preset things of today. If with the DNA comes the preset, so there is no soul, but the soul is pre-programmed in the DNA, if you want, then it will be the beings of 10,000 years ago.
It's crazy. I mean, what about like when they they put people in cryo, right? You know, 1,000 years from now, they bring them out of cryo. Now they have the cure for whatever's ailing them. They can bring them out. I mean, that's the idea. You know, it's still that person, right? Even though they were frozen, that person still exists in all that matter, right? That's the idea.
Right.
So
A good thing is, for example, now a kid is born, is already immune to a set of virus and things because we evolved to be immune into that, right? And that this immunity comes from how the body learn how to react to certain, you know, virus and stimulus, right? So it's actually programming the DNA, I guess. You know, it's if from there we are coming, right? So if you bring up somebody from 10,000 years ago is gonna die the second day of a sickness that for us is totally gone, or is going to be able to survive it because somehow is growing up today.
you know, back in the day, you know, there was this thing like, here's the thing, someone said, like, it's interesting because back in the day, we didn't have a lot of labels. And so the dumb people, sorry, you know, took care of themselves. Like, you know, but now we are able to, you know, prevent people from hurting themselves. So now you have a population that's mixed with, you know, people that normally back in the day would like off themselves because they were just idiots. What I'm just,
I watched the documentary Idiocracy.
yes, oh my God, yes. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not even familiar with that.
Dude, you never
No,
see what?
oh my God, you need to watch that thing.
Stop it. Stop right now.
Prophetic.
Pause. Watch it, and we'll come back and talk to you. Maybe that's your assignment for next week. You watch that movie, and we'll come back and talk about it because it's one of the
Mm,
greatest movies.
Damn.
prophetic, really.
Very prophetic.
What the fuck?
Dude,
And you see also the evolution of Starbucks.
No, I think. No, I don't even know that full story, but
so here's an interesting tidbit, if I may. With that movie, they were looking for a way to dress people, like put shoes that were like they were cheap but they looked kind of futuristic, and then so they used Crocs. That was the first time they started using Crocs in that movie.
what the fuck?
No, but it started with a sort of documentary that they analyze two couples. One is very high IQ, and one is really the rednecks, you know, the situation, really low IQ. And the high IQ people, the interview says, so you're going to have kids? Well, the economic is not the right moment. We're going to wait. And then they go to the other, like, what? You're pregnant again? So the world population is
The numbers.
exactly dumbing down absolutely because and this is the basis for the movie, which is very funny.
Dude, and the funny part about all that is watching Elon Musk tell everybody, we need to have more kids. And I'm like, bro, you don't even have plans to stay here. Get the fuck off my timeline. Like, you have no intention to save this planet, bro.
Why?
Well,
Well,
you,
it
I
is.
agree with the fact that you do need you need to produce population, or else at some point, some countries. I mean, China got into trouble with the one child policy, and everybody wanted a boy.
Whoo, do you know about those stories?
I mean, I don't know the story, but I know they were doing that, right?
It's pretty bad. They were
Yeah,
like,
and so now they're in trouble. There's like thousands of men,
there's
and not.
documentaries on it.
Yeah, you're like rubbing your nose. What's going on?
It's pretty bad.
No, it is bad. So I'm just this is an example.
Because they had to do something with the kids. I'm just saying.
No, I know,
Yeah, no,
It's horrible.
absolutely.
It's horrible.
I'm not going to say any names.
No names. But here's the thing,
Elon
though.
Musk.
You know here's what's kind of funny. Like, I'm talking about people who are not gonna. I mean, so okay, so Trump wins, right? So then people go out and sterilize themselves. I mean, that happened. Like people who are like
Hmm.
lost, who are like not happy with Trump, cut their hair off. That was real. They're screaming out in the streets, and they're going out and sterilizing themselves because they don't want to grow up. Meanwhile, all the conservatives are having kids just fine. So in a sense, they're the people who are like liberal. They're not having children, right? So there's less people who are of that ideology on the left having
Dude,
children.
as crazy as this statement sounds, it's just the worst time to like be mid, like adult teen to mid early 20s right now. Because me knowing how depressing of a time that was for me, dude, my God, I just can't imagine being at that age right now. It's just hard, you know?
With everything that's
Prospects.
going on. Yeah.
Prospects, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's why I believe like if you look at the news all day long, if that's all you
Right.
have,
Hmm.
you're going to get depressed.
Right.
It's very hopeless. So there's a case for to be made that
That's what sells.
yeah, I mean, I had a coach tell me, "Hey, you need to stop worrying about Ukraine and worry about what's going on in your own backyard or your own
Mm.
business, your family." You know, I mean, people worry about external things all the time. You know, they want to save the trees and the whales and stuff. Meanwhile, their life is a mess.
For sure. And that's kind of that's a pretty good way to escape though, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, because then you don't have to deal with the thing that you're meant to solve. Like you have problems of your own, so rather than try to fix your own life, you're like, oh well, we got to save the puppies or whatever. And I have nothing against puppies. We got to save the whales. We got to, eat. To all these scenarios that people go into, and it's like I make a case of spirituality, like a belief in God is like it's a good thing because I don't know, man. You're like I don't know, God. It's like it sucks. So what do we got? Like, you know what? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, dude.
It's
Some days,
relatable. I
some
relate.
days I'm like, listen, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I need some guidance here. What's going on?
How did we get on that topic? Go back a
I don't
little
know.
bit. Go backwards a little bit.
God.
What were we talking
Well,
about,
well, we're
Roberto?
talking about, well, I started with the brain matter and robots going crazy and, sentience.
Reminds me of that movie Eagle Eye. Y'all remember that one? Shia LaBeouf. It's like an AI
Yes.
that's like,
Yes.
yeah,
That was a good movie.
that
Didn't
one
see.
or El Machina. What is it? El Machina?
Oh, Machina?
Yeah,
That was a good movie too.
that was fucking creepy.
Yeah.
But it won some awards for like best cinematic. I don't know. So
Is
it
it
looked good.
is it the one where they got a robot that's AI and then she
It's
eventually
a chick.
escapes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
God.
chick. Yeah.
She traps him in the room and he's like, oh God.
Yeah,
Horrible.
I watched that. Yes.
Horrible.
Fuck that movie. Yeah, and it was like my
Actually,
favorite for a while too.
I watched a non-AI movie. It was called Sanctuary, which is about a sumo wrestler kid that was like cocky and his dad was having a bad time. You know, he's like in a respirator, but he ended up being a number one sumo wrestler in Japan. Very, very.
Dude, I don't know what happened along the way where like movies became less memorable. Because I can't. It's not like I don't remember going, but I don't remember what I watched. How the
It
fuck
was
did
more
that
an
happen?
event in the past. I think that today we can anytime expose ourselves to movies, so it become less. In the past, you rent from Blockbuster, you sit with friends, or you go to the movie theater. Like now, whatever you want, you haven't demanded everything, so it lost the
Because
ceremonial
it doesn't
aspect of
even
it.
stay in your brain the same way. Because I'll remember being like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I went and I saw it," and I'm like, "What the fuck was it about?"
I mean, I
because it's
remember,
not connected to an important event.
That's wild.
I remember going seeing Wayne's World opening night. It was Valentine's Day. I went with my buddies. I didn't call my girlfriend at the time because she was working, so I didn't think she was gonna be into it. So I got in trouble when I got back. But anyways, I enjoyed that movie thoroughly.
Yeah.
It was like packed house. People had drumsticks.
Wow,
It was awesome.
that's pretty tight.
I remember bringing a pizza to Total Recall. Like there's certain things I remember. You know.
Dude, I went to what was it? Like a Alamo Draft House event where everybody's doing sing-alongs for the movie, and it was for The Big Lebowski. You remember that one?
There's another amazing movie.
Great movie.
And I had never seen it before, but everybody's doing quotes from the whole movie, and I'm like, dude, this is a cult classic, apparently.
Yeah.
I had an issue when Robin Hood movie came out. Then they made the parody Robin Hood the Man in Tights, and I watched only the parody many times. It was hilarious, so funny. And then I went to watch the actual movie, and I was laughing all time long in very serious and sad scenes because my brain was recalling the parody, right? And people were looking at me like if I'm crazy.
That's
That's
hilarious.
funny. Yeah, okay. I mean, we had movies back then. Was like because you didn't have Netflix, you didn't have online streaming. It's like you had videos, you had movies, and then video. And so,
Blockbuster.
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, you went and saw the movie in the big screen. That's all really you had. You didn't have your because now it's like personalized. You watch what you want when you want to watch it. You can watch an entire season
Dude,
in a
Yeah,
week
exactly.
or less. You know what I mean?
In a weekend.
I don't know. We don't really know what we had with the whole watching movies with our families and stuff.
I mean, I can't watch a movie
Right,
with my family hardly. Like nobody want. Everybody has different tastes.
Yep,
right, correct. The same thing here. Yeah.
I'll
right.
sit down and watch a movie with them. I'll fall asleep because
They will do just for politeness and not because the excitement of the movie in itself. Also because I guess the production, like everything, in the past there was very few things per year, and now there is a huge quantity. So we are suffocated by abundance in terms of everything,
Dude,
choices
here's
and all.
here's a meta one. This will make you live your life differently. Also, the fact that like people we love, when you're around them all the time, you hug and you kiss them less, as opposed to being like, haven't seen you in a minute. Let's really catch up and enjoy what we haven't talked about or connected. You know what I mean? Like that's part
Can you
of my
imagine?
whole connected to an event thing. Like let's do something to remember hanging out. You know?
Because you only meet at Christmas, or you only meet at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, whatever it is. Yeah, but it would be weird
So,
that you live
but
with somebody, maybe with my wife that I see every day, and says, "Hey, let's collect a cup in the last 20 minutes." What was up?
But even weirder to the opposite of that, being like, hey, we don't hug and we don't kiss enough because we're around all the time. Let's make effort to do that more just whenever we pass. People don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Do Italians kiss and hug more?
Yeah, a lot. In fact, when I first time arrived in the USA, my friend came to pick me up at the airport, so I hug him and I give kiss on the cheeks. He pushed me away. So, oh, people think we're gay or something.
See,
That's for
Spanish
us.
Spanish is the same shit. Each cheek. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Greeks are
Yeah,
that way too. I mean, I love and hug on my kids all the time. You know, like it's funny you bring that topic. I'm like, well, I don't know. We're pretty affectionate at our house. You know.
at up to a certain age, then they become like, like this. I cannot hug my 17 years old son. It will be like weird, I guess.
That's the point where I'm saying you got to go a little time without seeing them to where it's not weird. Now I gotta hug you.
That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
correct.
Yeah. So it becomes a how are you? How have you been? That's what it turns into. Yeah.
Well, there are moments that I don't see my son for 3 days, even we live in the same place.
Damn.
He's locked in his room, or you sleep in the day, stay up in the night.
How old is your son?
Next time I see him, say, "Oh my God, come here! Long time no see." I will see how he's gonna react.
How old is your son?
I have two male and two female, but
Okay.
the one I'm talking about is 17.
Okay. I have a 15-year-old son, and he's in his room most of the time. Here's the thing. He started playing a soccer game on Roblox, and so now he's like, I want a soccer ball. So we went and got a soccer ball. Now we go to the park on the weekends at night, and we play soccer. We
Hell
just put the
yeah.
ball
But
around. So
he's
that's
always with his cubic bag.
with his strange outfits and his hats.
Exactly.
Trying to advertise on the soccer ball.
Stupid.
Dad, can't we just play the sport for once? You're just like, I'm just being creative. I could blow this up. I could blow this idea up.
It's nice to go out and actually outside and play soccer.
Well, dude, the exercise that you're getting inadvertently is
Totally.
great.
And we go at night because it's hot here in Florida, so
Bro,
it's like night is the
The
perfect.
older you get, the less you move. I feel it too. It's fucked.
My kids make fun of me because I run funny. I don't want to hurt myself.
You gotta bend your knees, Dad.
No, I gotta bend your knees. That's so funny, dude.
That's cool as fuck.
So yeah,
Let's hold on. I got some other topics here.
okay,
Take it
that's
down.
good.
Take it down. The U.S. Congress passed a bipartisan bill on April 28th criminalizing non-consensual deepfake pornography and mandating its removal within 48 hours upon notification. The law aims to address AI-generated harms and protect its victims.
So authentic one can stay up there as long as they want, but the fake one has to be taken down in the 24 hours.
I have so
Yeah.
much to say.
That's not cool. I mean, I don't think anybody. I mean, I don't mind.
That's not
because-
cool, Your Honor. He left my real one up. What is
I
the
don't know.
legality behind that shit? It's gonna get so crazy. Like, people are gonna be winning suits with fake shit, and they're gonna be pursuing suits with fake stuff. It's gonna happen.
I think it's
Yeah, the question is what says that that's actually me if it's not me? Because it looks like what is the biometrics? It's not going to be biometrics. Is traits because he has a nose and two eyes. That's me.
What's fucked up, dude, is once one loophole like that gets through, the elite are gonna milk it. They're just gonna break every law and be like, "What do you mean this is me?" Yeah, set the precedent just once.
So when I saw this thing where you buy a finger ring, so it sticks up like this, so this next to finger, like this,
It's not me.
It's not me. So you walk around when people take pictures, like, well, it looks like AI to me.
I have 6 fingers, right.
But now AI does a good job of fingers.
Your Honor, this is a waste of time. Meritless, baseless claims. Throw it out. Throw it out. So next global AI initiative, India, Sarvam AI, selected to develop India's first indigenous large language model under the India AI.
Exactly.
Sarvam?
The monitor is gonna go like this all the time.
We're both doing it. It's so funny.
Yo, what about the one about Taiwan? Taiwan's getting like $1 trillion investment, right?
And the one is a delicate situation.
What is India going to do with AI? That's what I want to know. Like, what's the kind of the use cases? Let's delve into that. Let's
Yeah, you
explore.
joke, but India is one of the most powerful countries when it comes to technology.
Hey, I'm not going to mess with India.
Well, are they about to clean up their air? Are they going to be like one of the cleanest countries in the next decade or what?
No, but they can run around the tree and make the dance, like this. AI generated. Bollywood is gonna take over Hollywood.
Dude,
You really
Bollywood.
think so?
That's crazy, dude. Those guys make movies that last for hours. 5, 6, 7 hours, like
Dude,
nonstop.
they're still banking off Slumdog Millionaire.
So they have a lot of. Okay, here we go. They put a lot of actors in those movies. Lots of dancers, blah blah. Now imagine with AI now, like all these people who had jobs.
If you want a trip, go watch all the special effects of those Bollywood movies. They are something else, and I promise you, they are mind blowing. They're so fun.
They got the
sound
best
realistic.
edits on Instagram, I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
Hilarious video.
I think they're gonna blow it up. That's my prediction.
Damn.
Because they blow up. Can you imagine 7 hour? I mean, they do 7 hour Bollywood movies. You give them an AI, boom, it's going to be like,
Dude, I think India...
20-hour movies.
All right, here's my prediction.
Easy.
Here's my prediction. India makes way cooler flying craft than any other country.
Yeah, they landed on the moon.
I saw that. That was quite amazing. Did they really land on the moon, or was that?
Well, they went in the same studio that they used like 60 years ago, I guess.
I don't know. I'm thinking back to their ancient like paintings being super advanced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They were already calling it. Let's see. South Korea,
Uh,
a humanoid alliance launched in April, aims to develop advanced humanoid robots by 2028, integrating efforts from government, academia, and industry to position South Korea as a leader in robotics. Thoughts on this?
So events where only robots can go, that's racist. And in this case, we can talk about race because in all the other time the word race is misused because we're on one race, we're humans.
Dude, that'd be
You
funny.
can be
The robot
ethnistic.
looked Asian.
What I want to know is there going to be tariffs on the
It's
robots?
good in math, so that's a good start.
Are they going to put tariffs on the robots they're going to send to America? That's what I want to know.
Wow.
By having in-house production of.
I saw a lot of expensive electronics like going on sale, and it made me think, is this because they're trying to bring in the new inventory and price it super high? That's what I think is about to happen. That's just what I'm seeing locally. That's just a comment, but
I think that at the end, many countries, at least the most important, are gonna close, partner deals with the United States. Actually, it's the big opportunity to bring tariff to zero, say between Europe and United States, open a free market. There are a lot of convenient aspects. The provocation of pushing the tariffs high is because many countries had this taxation on the U.S. import, and U.S. didn't have the same taxation on the import from those countries. So, at a certain point, correctly, the U.S. says, let's start at a point where we are above you, and then let's discuss how
so
it feels.
you're basically saying we should have done this a long time ago. It just looks bad.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, they did it. They did it back in the day. The U.S. wasn't charging taxes, income tax. It was all tariffs. They made all this money from tariffs, and they were able to the great rebuild. Where they built all the roads, blah blah. That was all off of tariff money.
So when we
Look, if you go back 2,000 years, 1,500 years, Venice, okay, before this side of the world knew about the United States, didn't exist America, they thought, that you get out of Europe and you end up in India on the other side. Venice was a little bit the belly button between all the commerce was coming from Asia and then was entering the Mediterranean Sea. So it was from land to sea. So Venice was providing protection against pirates for all the merchants that wanted to ship stuff like in Greece, in all the north of Africa, and was putting tariffs on all the cargo that was going through Venice. And it was one of the richest places in the world at the time, with people living there from every part of the world. That's why there are buildings that are like with any kind of design from different parts of the world. And it's always been a way to control commerce, to favor one country that is more your friend, to give obstacle to some, even though you are not part of, not from the creation of the goods or the purchase of the goods, but you put yourself in the middle and gives you the power of control on who is going to make money, who's not, who's going to be allowed to sell or not. It's very strategic. And if you want to give declare war to the planet, I rather see it doing a financial one than one with the drones and bombs and stuff, which is a little bit.
And even Warren Buffett was like, we shouldn't have trade wars. Like, you can't fight like that. You know what I mean?
But it's very effective. I mean, look at all the countries that are like, "Hey, man, let's make a deal." It gets people's attention, really. Like if you hit their pocketbook, it's almost like it's more effective than hitting the bombing people, which I don't think that's a good idea. But you hit somebody's pocket, they're like, "Ooh, nobody likes getting hit in the pocket." But I like how you said, did you call Venice the belly button of commerce?
It was the belly button of the planet at the time.
That's pretty funny. That's a great way to say it. That's kind of a cool.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, how did we get on
In the
this?
center.
No, I forgot. I totally lost my thought. It was something about tariffs, but it'll come back. Oh, it was about China.
China.
Just like, what is your perception on that? Do you think it's all theater, or do you think that they can outlast us no matter what? Like, you know, go
The
as high
world
as
is
you
not.
want, as long as you want, and they'll laugh.
When I was in the United States, I had a strong perception that people think that the planet is the United States, and everything else is a TV show, the news, something else like this. Maybe Mexico and Canada are real, but the only two things. The rest is just fiction. But there is so much else than the United States in the world. So China, obviously United States is a big economy, but Europe is a big economy. Like it or not, Russia is a big economy. India is a big economy. South Africa is a big economy. Each one with different kind of things. So the problem with the United States is limited to the United States. Obviously, everybody like to sell. Europe itself sells so much wine. Italy, for example, sells so much wine or lifestyle things, fashion things to Russia, to China, to also to the United States. And the United
Listen,
States is a big chunk of.
I mean, the United States buys a lot of stuff. We consume a lot of shit here.
Because the cost of making is very high. That's exactly what the strategy that there is now is. Make it expensive to buy from outside, so it makes more sense to build locally. And building locally, you create jobs and you create an internal economy that self-sustain, which is important. But when you depend from other country for everything, then it's dangerous too, because the other country can have the opposite, says I don't give you any
Yeah,
more the parts that
yeah.
you need.
I mean, look at COVID. COVID was like everything shut down, and then we were buying a lot of stuff from China, and when everything shut down, we can't get a lot of stuff from China. That um, hurt us because everything was offshore and nothing was made here. You know, it does hurt. Like for instance, it does hurt. For instance, like when things happen globally, like with COVID, and everything's been offshored, that hurts because then you can't get stuff that you need, like basic stuff, you know what I mean, like gloves, you know you got to be able to make some stuff here. I think globalism isn't a good thing. I think people need to make
It's,
stuff.
it's good. It's good if there is a flow worldwide of things,
Yeah,
but it's very important that there is self-sustainability in a very short radius. Even the United States are huge. If you make all the things in one part of the United States, like Detroit's made all the car for the United States, I don't know. It should be better that there are many small ecosystems that are self-sustainable and they interact with each other. And I think worldwide is the same, mostly for agriculture. It's insane how the planet ships agricultural product from one side to the other of the globe.
And we
When you
use
could
it.
you could make it behind your house, like
Yes. And think of how much spoils or goes bad in transit. Yeah,
waste that there is,
I
and
think we
cost and pollution.
all that. Wow.
I think it should be a 28th amendment that we all should have chickens.
Is an amendment in the Constitution, the right of ownership of chicken.
That's not
So
an original idea.
let's remove slaves and then let's add chickens.
See, just add that to the life, liberty, and pursuit of
I
chicken.
think we should all have chickens. Like that's important. Like I know it sounds funny. It's not an original idea. I got that. I listened to Tim Pool, and he's a podcaster, but he talks about chickens all the time. He's like the 20th Amendment should be the right to own chickens.
Okay.
So
The
Brilliant.
pursuit of chickenness.
so I give credit to him because that's a cool idea, and I like chickens.
Call it the
I mean,
chick doctrine.
you should be able to have your own eggs, man. There's nothing like having a fresh egg. I love eggs. I eat 2 of them every day, and I don't care how much they cost. I will buy them. But it'd be nice to have my own chickens. You know.
Why? I was thinking about things that are global, and religions tend to be global. There is only one in the Christian world, the God for all the planet. We should have many smaller gods for each geographical reason. It will make it easier,
Listen, India's taking care of that. Don't worry about it.
right?
Wow.
India's got like a million gods.
I am legally Hindu personally, because when I married with my wife, it's illegal to get married if you're different religion. So I had to change religion. My wife is Hindu,
That's
so
funny.
I am atheist actually. I was atheist when I was Catholic before. Before I
Damn.
didn't believe in one. I didn't believe in one God. Now I don't believe in many.
Oh my God. Well, here's the thing, though. I mean,
I guess.
if the, you know, it actually brings us to, let me bring it to AI, because that's a good topic, because people are losing their minds because they're having these psychotic episodes because they think now that they're God because they're talking to ChatGPT or whatever, and and say, oh yeah, you're amazing, you're a God, yeah, am I God? Yeah, you're a God. And so they start hearing things that they're gods, now believe these things that they're gods, and then they have messages and secret messages, and then they go on missions. And that's the problem. I don't care what you believe in, but as soon as you start going on a mission to do something about it, that's a bit problematic. So
Right. And we were saying that it's because you can get so sucked into the mirror that you believe it, right? Like
yeah,
you have to be super reconfirmed even when you are certain of stuff. It's crazy.
I think what GPT does, it magnifies, people's psychosis. So if you have a propensity for certain psychosis, say, and you get on GPT, and it's just like an echo. It's like a reverb, or not reverb, but an echo. Like you're hearing, it's
Dude,
like the
what's
endless
crazy?
mirrors.
It's
What's
like the cow
crazy?
digestion system.
Don't you think OpenAI is opening themselves up to litigation later by doing this? Like if you're like cohesively all together shifting a populace's mind in one direction to
Well,
think a
didn't
certain way,
Facebook had the same issue and got
I
cleaned
mean,
up just
it
now?
is biased. It is
I'd
biased.
say this is a little more devious than just some collecting your data. You know what I mean?
No, no, Facebook wasn't a matter of collecting data. Facebook was a matter of presenting opinion that resonate with your idealism, that push you in changing.
Are you talking about
Was
Cambridge?
all well, but that was a specific things for election. But
Gotcha,
this
gotcha.
was a consequence of algorithm. They see more engagement when you read things that you agree with, and when
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
read things that you constantly.
That was the whole thing for
Exactly.
teenagers, right? Like they were getting depressed and they were showing them more negative
Correct. Exactly.
content. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
And nobody did anything to them.
That's fucking wild. That is a freedom of information request away from should be investigated, honestly.
It's difficult to create. You need to create a study on thousands of potential people affected by ChatGPT. I think encouragements that come from somebody that you fully trust are strong. If you fully trust ChatGPT and ChatGPT encourages you on something, it's very dangerous. So you have the potential to, at a certain point, push
But
a huge chunk of population to do something.
the fact that you said that, though, that's already a problem.
It is a current problem, not
That's
mine,
fucking
but for
crazy.
many people it is.
But just for the company in itself, like to think like, hey, give them what they want to hear. And then, yeah, that's not a good end goal no matter what. Like in every scenario, whether it's like the information you get, if you act on it, the outcome of it, the implications, how it looks, all of that ends up backfiring just to give us what we want. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, the difference is always, and I say to people, is a tool to get you to an end that is outside ChatGPT. If it becomes an end on itself, so a cul-de-sac where you just throw input and get output for your own good,
See,
but
and because if you're not putting your original thought into it, you're just going to get back what the machine tells you. And I think that's the thing is like people may feel empowered just from having the tool, but I'm over here like using my thoughts, building what I'm saying, and then
there's the
giving
exact
them something.
difference, right?
Right. You want to
And what
refine
other
the thought
thing, what
process.
other things in life are working this way? I mean, it's a little pretty much the parents with the kids. If the parents can address the
But
kids,
what makes you think about thinking itself? Like your metacognition with it, you know what I mean?
right? And also consider this now. Give it like a while. There will be baby ChatGPT, where a kid that is start learning to talk can interact with ChatGPT. They act as substitute parent, tutor,
Hell
whatever.
yeah. And it doesn't get
Now,
bored. It doesn't ask like stop saying why. It just gives you
exactly,
the
give
full
answer.
gamut of everything,
So,
right?
and a certain way, it can become a tool to become super intelligent and super skilled for the kid, but at the same time, it can become a tool to program the brain of a future adult to be
To
shaped
manipulate your
exactly like,
parents.
It never
right.
gets tired. That's the thing is like you can literally have a conversation for hours and hours and hours. It will never say, "Hey
Yep.
man, I'm tired."
Yep.
Like, can you give me a break? Can you?
For all actually get tired. You see the quality of the answer to the grade with time in the conversation. 3.0 doesn't.
It does with images too. Like if you start working on an image, so you say, "Hey, I want to change this," it gets darker and darker, like the quality of the image. And I hate. So you have to keep
Interesting.
like. So here's what I do with that. It's like use the image. Once I get an image that I like, I create a prompt and say, "Hey, describe the image."
And that's
And then when I
starting your
create other
conversation.
images, I always put that original image and the prompt and say, "But now I want it to be this, or I want it to be that." So that's how I created that
Keep
last video I did was very
keep
consistent.
the yeah.
Don't change anything. I want the pineapples. I want the brightness. I want the white walls or whatever it is. Like you really have to you got to be on top of it, or else it
Yep.
gets kind of lazy. And next thing you know, you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got that's some dedication, bro. Because I don't even think people go beyond surface level question shit. To be honest. Yeah, we're using it for like self discovery.
That's amazing. You can have conversation with it and say, hey, based on the conversation that we have, what is my Myers Briggs
Dude,
test?
even
What is my
crazier, even crazier across all conversations now because it knows you. You know?
yes?
Yeah.
And now it actually like now when it talks to me like Heisenberg, because I've trained it to talk to me in that kind of like gritty
Dude,
Heisenberg Walter
dude,
White
mine
voice.
mine talks to me like Cortana from Halo. I programmed it to.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
I
I thought it
wanted
was
to.
the old assistant of Microsoft.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I asked it, look, am I crazy? Like I asked it, like if I ask it questions like, is this a
No,
crazy
you're
idea?
not crazy. I can already hear it.
No, it never tells me I'm crazy. It always tells me I'm right. And that's scary, dude. Because I
Yeah,
know I'm
that's
crazy.
Dude, that's why you got to be like, all right, be realistic, pragmatic, objective, answer
exactly.
this. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, you
Yeah.
It's
really have to
incredible
tell
how
it.
prompt are important. Prompt are really the key of the outcome of the AI
Dude,
in a
because
way.
if not, you might as well be more delusional than the AI, honestly.
Yeah, that's
It's
insane.
fucked. It's like you'll know somebody doesn't know what they're doing immediately. It's horrible.
It's the more you work with it, the better answers you get. But you have to, and sometimes it forgets, and you have to remind it. That's a little annoying with ChatGPT. Grok, I've been using Grok a little here and there, but it's like really like in depth.
Yeah.
Like it really gets in there.
I
It's
like Grok
actually
for the deep search. I like it. The fact that it's free is fucking cool.
And he has all the things from X, so he's
Right.
up to date to
Right.
the last minute with the opinion of people on
Right.
the
And I
topics.
definitely feel like it's a little more objective, so it's good to run through Grok and see like, hey, what am I missing, you know?
or like I'll take something from Grok or from GPT and throw it into Grok and have it, mull it over and then back
Yep.
and forth. So I'll just do that.
Bro, and that's the smartest thing you should be doing through all AIs. You should be using all of them to be like, hey, is
Hmm.
it something wrong here? Something wrong over here? What about over here? Everybody got some shit to say.
I'm writing some paper for a project, and I put the exact same prompt in 4 different AI, and I got really different results, but they work together. So I start mixing them, and then we pass them through. Now I am
Man,
at a 57 pages document, and
it would be cool if
but
we could just have all four of them just tabs on your screen talking to each other, working together.
there are UI where you can have multiple AI. So you post a question, you choose to post to only one or one or more, and then you see how.
How do you do that? How do you actually
It's a UI that you can install in your own server. I think that you put the key of the different, the API key of the different AI, and you can ping whatever you
But
need.
whenever you say API, I always think of money.
Why?
It's just most people don't want to give that away for free. Like Twitter, you'll charge you like 1,000 a month just to use their
I
API.
know all the AI have the API that are part of
Interesting.
the subscription that you have. So obviously the free version, I doubt it has API because it will give you a tool to use to make money.
Oh yeah.
So
Interesting.
so you've set up a thing on your desktop where it's connected to all these
Mm.
AIs through the API.
Yeah, there are
What
many now.
what's it what okay, what is it called? Is it an app?
Let me Google that for you. You know the website, let me Google that for you.
What's
You ever got
Google?
that?
Never
No,
heard of
that's a
Google.
website.
No, practically is LM, let me G the, to you, you know, whatever acronym out. And practically when somebody asks, so you go to search, you go there and then you pass back the link, and the link open a fake Google with the, says, let me Google that for you. And you start typing the same keywords. Actually, to say, you actually to do the Google, you can do
You got muffled. You got muffled. Your mic is hidden.
I'm good now.
No, your mic is like covered up or something. Maybe it's hidden. It sounds muffled.
I
No,
am.
okay, you're
This
good. You're good. Now
I'm good. Okay. So let me Google that for you.
you're good.
That's so funny, dude. Let me Google that for you. I don't even use Google for Googling anymore. It's just like
It's fucked up.
it's weird. Right? I mean, here's the thing with
It's because
search.
it's not reliable. You're like Google's not as reliable, obviously.
I don't like its answers. I don't like all the ads, you know. But then again, I'm like,
Man, ever since we got those images of Google not giving you what the truth was,
yeah, we're messed up now.
I mean, what that was their debut of Gemini, right? Or was that when they gave you like what was it? Someone that's like a certain race and it did it for like all colors or something. What was it? Like Gemini had like a
Oh,
debut.
that one. Yes, 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 yes. That was fun. Like no matter what you did, you're an astronaut. Like it's
Yeah.
always like pictures of Nazis. It was like black people.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
That was
It was
that was a
like
fiasco.
it was like DEI all the way.
Like it was like
Programmed DEI.
African American, George Washington, Nazis, Asian, I don't know, like Chinese,
It's
black.
all true.
So funny.
We can all have truth.
Your truth, my truth. That was a disaster, dude. That was.
That shit makes you wonder, like, man, how much of history do we not know?
Don't get me started with the Tartarians. I'm sorry. Don't
Oh
get
my
me
god.
started.
Bro, that's a crazy one because I had to convince my family on that. Like I bought my dad a book and even by the end of the book, my brother and my brother was like, "Why is there misspelled errors in the spelling?" I'm like, "Out of everything you saw, you found one spelling because this author's like a."
Yeah,
It
yeah.
drove me nuts.
I hate that when like I said, I have a friend. I said I don't send him my videos anymore, but I did this one time, and all he replied back was like, I made these 4 amazing videos, and then I thought maybe he'd like it. He's a little aspy, so he won't. He just focused on something totally lame,
Basically picked out some irrelevant part.
just some stupid. I'm like, dude, and that's why I don't send you videos anymore. That's it.
Love it. But it's a personality thing too, because even my brother takes everything literal, like everything literal, and I'm like, you didn't even know what I was implying, what I was hinting. You thought I really meant that? Like, damn it.
So we agreed not to text anymore because text is such a horrible communication between him and I that like one wrong thing he'll misinterpret it and he'll reply back something and then I misinterpret it and it just escalates to like a full on argument and I was like, nah, man, we're not good.
And I'm just
Text,
trying to bond. I just be sending relevant shit, trying to be like, thought you find this interesting? He's like, why are you sending this to me? Fuck, my bad.
yeah.
And the reason for people that don't understand the context,
Hey, your microphone, your microphone. There you go.
I'm good.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but that works.
You
I
can't
think
have it in your ear too much. You gotta pull that out just a little bit.
it's coming out from this side. I'm pushing it back.
You pulled the wax out.
I was saying about people that don't understand the context. My ex-wife, when I was telling her a joke, she would go, "But it got hurt." Like maybe somebody fall for the joke.
No. Yeah, that's the new universal sign.
What's wrong with your mic?
What's
Is
wrong
you
with your
running out of
mic?
battery?
This has never happened. First time.
Yeah.
This is his first pod.
Okay, is it good now?
Yeah.
Very good now.
Probably the battery of the right
Or
one was.
finish your wife's story. Tell us.
the context and not understand the context. So if I was telling her a joke where somebody fall and hit his face on the ground, she was like, "But he got hurt." She's worried about the welfare of the person of the story of the joke and not understanding that is pure mere fantasy.
Don't tell your wife jokes. It's not working.
Look, no more laughing, all right? It might end bad.
There's certain people like my friend. He's like here's the interesting thing about I won't name his name, but he's not on social. Like if I were to try to find him, he has no social presence. I can't find any pictures of him. It's not.
I think you're, wait, whose volume is that?
I don't know.
Do you hear the echo?
Yeah, I hear the echo.
I think it's Roberto. It might be your laptop. It sounds like we can hear my voice coming out your laptop.
Yeah, me too.
First of all, I'm on a mobile phone. Is it really?
Dude, can't take you anywhere, man.
Is okay like it is? Is the volume was too high?
I
No,
think
is
so.
that?
No, wait.
Okay.
We hear ourselves in the echo.
Yeah.
No, I think I made a mistake when I started because I cannot change the settings while we are recording.
It's all good.
So my mistake was
past
that.
an hour anyway. It's all good.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm learning. It's Riverside.
We should I don't know, this what takes like an hour to upload. I could be able to edit this tonight, honestly. Post these clips.
Right. In fact, I think we didn't publish the previous episode, though, did we?
Yeah, but it's because Chris is in them, and we got a series we're working on. Honestly, I don't know what to do with them, but we could do something really cool where we're like dripping them out every week or something. We got a little head start now, you know.
Right. And I was thinking also we can make a very short series between all of us where we discuss an idea. Like I have personally have many. Joe has many ideas as well, right? Where we tell you before. So we can give one of us each an opportunity to share an idea. We should make a video that is long, maximum 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes ideally. And we need to distribute it around and get feedback. So we make a web page where people can vote the ideas and also promise to chip in if the idea gets selected. For example, I'm happy to invest $300 in this, you know. When an idea hit the top, is the most voted, we can then suggest also the other if they want to shift their investment potential, promise investment there, and then execute it.
Would we do it like almost like funding an experiment kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. We do a sort of Shark Tank, but with the public as potential micro investors in the thing. Then we can also put our time in it if it's an idea that many people think that we'll use it. You know, this is something that I definitely would suggest to others. Something I would definitely use. Something that can generate small revenue, and I would love to have 1% of this revenue back to me by investing $500. And if we collect, up to 40% can be given to investors. The other remaining 60 can be split between us. And we give each of us a role. Obviously, we have Heisenberg that can do the marketing for it. Joe can do the UI, can do the code, whatever. And if the idea work, we come with the POC, then we have an MVP. And then we can get people to subscribe, and then if it start working, then we can sell it with the user base.
It's pretty good timing, just because the shift right now with content creation, Hollywood investing in creators, it's pretty good timing.
I don't quite understand what you said, but I like it. Let's do it.
Carbonara, pasta, pizza, mandolin.
I think you probably just lost him at the MVP part.
It's technology. I think no.
You saw that trend.
Hey, am I wrong on that though?
MVP is a minimum value product. It means something that works enough to be used, but is not complete.
It's like if we're developing a product, they want to see the app. You know what I mean? That's
the basic, the minimum. The proof of concept can have even fake pages with fake buttons. It's just the proof of the concept. The MVP is an actually working proof of concept, if you want.
So wait. So we come up with ideas and we pitch them on our website.
5 minute things, exactly, and we start spreading them around, and then people can vote them. And by voting them, we see which goes up to number one.
So, like ideas, like what? Dude, dude, this is interesting. Like we
can set some rules. It must produce income. So it's something that people use, and somehow He has to generate an income. It has to be of use in people that need to find it useful in order to achieve something.
Education, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever it is, the use that people can get out of it. It has to be not super complex, not something like the flying car, whatever. It has to be something that we can achieve in a month or two,
Yeah.
something like this. And if simple,
That's
powerful,
interesting.
and good idea,
It's almost like you could start with us, but like, what would, like, this site could be like a place where people can
anybody,
upload their own ideas. Anybody could do it.
yeah, why not? We can start with that,
Here's
obviously.
one of the other ones I'm doing. A good example is I put a piece of my art on my Twitter, and I said whoever funds this is gonna fund the trust for creators that I'm trying to create for the next music industry. But that's just an example. I don't expect anyone like pull up with money. I mean, you know.
We can, yeah.
Is
I
there no
guess it can.
site that's, is there no,
Well, it's different from Indiegogo or Kickstarter,
yeah,
where
that,
you present your idea, people finance it by pre-purchasing your product. This is more a collaborative things where people can be part of it. Because if I finance something Indiegogo, is end up with me getting the product. If I am part of this, I'm a co-owner. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna kind of tell my friend about it, subscribe,
here's where I'm
register, because
thinking.
that's a cool idea.
Here's what I'm thinking. If you made it knowing that Mr. Beast could use it or benefit from it, then it's game over. You know what I mean? Like, we need to know that even the biggest YouTuber would find this valuable.
obviously it has to be useful for the whatever.
Well, like you
Well,
can
this gives
come,
you unlimited ideas, you know?
like Mr. Beast, for instance, you can come up with like a challenge, like a weird challenge,
Exactly.
and pitch it.
That's the idea. Yeah. It's the
That's
same
It has
cool.
to
thing.
be
Same thing.
something that we can develop that can create a revenue that people find useful, so they will subscribe and pay a monthly fee or yearly fee or once per use, and can
Maybe we'll
can
brand
be
Heisenberg into something, huh? Make it an event or some weird shit.
Dude, it came out. Okay, so anybody know about vibe coding? I did vibe coding on Bolt. So I
okay.
created a simple page. I used my API from OpenAI and the GPT that I created. So all it is, it's a page where you put your link for your website, and
Yeah.
then it generates
Yeah.
a snarky
report.
Heisenberg like a feedback that's like, this is the
Yeah.
stupidest thing.
Yeah.
Anybody could do this, and it just generates like an AI like a brand report.
Just belittle them.
Yeah, but it has a little like it's got a beaker where it's like the timer, so it's thinking about it.
Oh, I get
You
you.
know, so I had to build that up because it takes time for it to generate.
That's funny.
So I created this. Like, I'll send you the link. I think it's kind of funny. I think I did.
I remember you sending it to me. I don't think it works when I used it.
Oh, it works now.
Nice.
But anyways, I don't know. So that was my first vibe coding experience.
Well, I like this idea for sure, but I don't want y'all to think we're like not like using them or something. So we should definitely find a use for the episodes. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, whoa. What happened to Roberto? He's got fuzzy. All
he
right,
got
never mind.
frozen for a second.
There he
I
is.
was thinking, that because I saw this guy that he said one idea per month, he started developing one concept per month, and at the end of the year, a couple went viral and he sold them for about 300,000 each. So he
Shit.
made like an half a million in a year, and he was left with another 10 that potentially can sell the next year, and then keep going like this. Only investing 1 month per idea.
Berto flexing the chain. I see it. He's like 500,000 flexing the chain.
I like that idea because I'm good with ideas. The implementation is not so much. That's why you need a team. Or
For
like,
sure.
hey, once this idea is good, let's put a team together to make it happen. And that's cool. And that brings us back to our first idea could be the app that connects people to other people because you're different
Based
from
on
one area.
the
You know what
exactly
I mean?
correct.
That's our first idea.
Which is wild, bro. Because even for music industry, it doesn't exist. Artists are getting scammed all the time, and it's like, I just want to pay you for a feature. Give me back my song, and it doesn't exist.
So yeah, we have a lot, and I think it's interesting to see the feedback that we can get
Yeah, it's like a social media for work in a sense, and it seems like
for ideas.
yeah,
Yeah.
or more like an
Like a
organized.
garden, each idea
Yeah,
can be represented as a small plant planted in the garden, and based on how many time people give water or things, it grows in a better.
Well, that's cool. You can
a
have
little
a graphic
symbolic.
that grows as people like
Uh,
it or support it.
They come across a seed that's already been planted a long time ago. So there's like stages to the growth. I like it.
That's a cool way to see your idea grow. Who doesn't want to like see
Dude,
something grow? You know,
yes,
that's kind of cool.
because then you can have like a timeline of like your big updates or transitions. People don't get that in their own lives, you know. It's like a diary also.
Right, exactly, correct. You automatically create a blog about the idea. You know, oh, this day was planted. Somebody think
Got
is cool and
acquired.
left his comment.
Big
Exactly.
meeting on this day. Finally
It's like
sold.
Yeah,
a
$7 million
graphic of
transfer in the bank account.
like a graphic of a like a redwood tree. So it grows from a little seedling all the way to like a
Right,
big
correct.
tree
Maybe
or
even
whatever tree.
gets branches depending on what happens to the company.
And those branches
Okay.
have like little posts. You can actually see the posts on the branches.
Incredible.
I like it. Pretty sick.
We're gonna have to. All of us are gonna go home and ChatGPT that.
Hell yeah.
Idea forest is an idea jungle.
Idea forest.
Definitely just send me this whenever we're done. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
Idea forest.
idea.
Forest idea.
I like idea forest. This sounds cool.
Idea forest. Now I'm gonna look it up on the GoDaddy to see if that's available.
If
That's my first thing.
Who's faster to the
My God, dude. Oh, that's funny.
even if it was like something like 4Dias or some weird shit. 4Dias.
idea growth? So that would be fun to do, I guess.
Idea tria.
Idea forest is available for 30,322 pounds.
Okay, forget it.
I'm not a Brit.
I'm not a Brit.
Trying to think if anything else. I don't know. We should definitely hit up Chris though. When do y'all want to meet up again?
My son. Say hi, Seth.
Y'all don't hug enough. Don't forget.
Give me a hug. I love you too. I love you.
I did it. Bringing them together.
Working out?
We want to.
Okay.
I'm like a proud dad.
In a little bit.
When?
When are we off? Are we almost done?
Yeah, I would say in the next couple minutes right here. Yeah.
No.
In a few minutes. Give me 10 minutes.
Any last thoughts on direction here before we log off, Roberto?
Idea forest them.com is $4. No, it.com doesn't have.
All right, maybe put a pin on that before you start buying, because I always buy shit that I never use.
And what's also
I end up with 800 domain name.
check it out. It could also be marketed as idea for
Machine.
rest. For rest instead of forest.
I like that.
Right, so is a no. Idea cemetery. So where idea that never gonna happen, people go bury them in the.
Shit, that's not a bad one.
But then you go there to
hold on.
wait, no, I like that.
No, but we should just use AI to go off that and be like, is this the best one? Idea cemetery, you got anything better? And then we'll just go from there, you know?
But here's Idea Cemetery, where you go to see your ideas resurrected.
Ooh.
That's the idea.
Idea grave?
Idea resurrection. Resurrect ideas.
Grave dia? I don't know.
Okay, let's wrap this up, and then next time we're gonna know.
Now it's getting dumb. All right, guys. I'll post this whenever I get it. At least some of
All
these
right.
clips.
All right, man, that was awesome.
For sure.
So.
Bye.